Astronomers were sure aliens had carved canals across Mars. For 100 years, a powerful telescope image and a best-selling novel convinced the public that Mars was home to an ancient civilization. Then one small spacecraft flew past the planet and sent back a single grainy photograph that ended the fantasy for good. In 1907, astronomer Percival Lowell declared Mars the abode of intelligent, constructive life, describing a network of canals crossing its surface. Combined with H.G. Wells's War of the Worlds, the idea of a dying Martian civilization building canals took hold in the public imagination for an entire century. NASA's Mariner 4 spacecraft was sent to finally get a close look. On July 15, 1965, it flew within about 6,000 miles of Mars, the first spacecraft in history to reach another planet, carrying a single camera that had never been tested this far from home. The camera captured 21 pictures, but sending them home took forever. The signal crawled across millions of miles at just 8 bits a second. Impatient engineers at Mission Control cut the raw data into strips and hand-colored the numbers with pastel crayons, making the first image of Mars before any computer could. When the real photographs came through, there were no canals, no cities, no sign of life at all. Just a barren, cratered surface that looked more like the moon than any living world. A century of belief in an advanced Martian civilization ended in a space of one grainy photograph. Follow-up readings confirmed the picture. Mars had less than 1% of Earth's atmospheric pressure, and no global magnetic field at all to shield its surface from radiation. The Mars of science fiction, its canals, its cities, its ancient engineers, simply did not exist, and it never had. Mariner 4's grainy little photograph is still framed today at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the very first close-up picture humanity ever took of another planet. It ended one dream and quietly started another, the far longer search for real, if far smaller life, hiding somewhere in that dust. Astronomers really had been sure aliens carved canals into Mars, certain enough to convince the whole world for 100 years. It took one small spacecraft, one grainy photograph, and 8 bits of data a second to end that fantasy, and to begin the real search for what's actually out there.